Carp were the only species I fished for in my first year of my angling. I started off catching smaller ones, but I was lucky enough to catch a 30-pounder in my first year of being fully immersed in fishing, which won me a ticket on a syndicate lake. And although now I fish for all sorts of species, I do always make some time for some carp fishing. Especially this time of year, autumn is such a great time of year to target carp, which is exactly why I've come down to an embryo lake. I've never fished this one before, and it's called the Norman Cross Lake. Now, I've done a little bit of research, but obviously it's my first time here, so I don't know a huge amount, but there's about 300 carp, ranging from about 15 to maybe 30 pounds, and it looks good for a few potential bites. I watched the water for signs of fish, and you can see the whole lake from this point, which was ideal, and I very quickly saw one show in each part of the bay, so the plan of action was to try and get a bite quickly. I was using spinner rigs cast at the show and fish with a spread of CC Moore Pacific tuna 15mm boilies catapulted around the zones. Right, both my rods are now out. I'm not going to get any awards for how they look. They don't look the carpiest, but they are fishing. I've had to do that because there's a bit of debris and twigs in the way, so I know now that they're fishing nicely. I'm not going to get attached to anything, but I'm going to give those about 2 hours, and I haven't had a lead around or anything like that. I just wanted to get fishing where those fish showed because I don't want to spook them off. So I felt the lead down nicely. I know they're fishing with those little spinners and those pop-ups. I know they're fishing confidently, so I'm going to give it a couple of hours, and if I don't have anything, I'll come up with a plan for the night ahead. A bite, but I've got to just go up there because it's gone round the bay. Net. Widget, could you bring me my net, please? Sorry about that. I didn't think it was going to go right round there. Thank you. Oh, this is good. That really didn't take long at all. We've already got a bite for speed. I think we were waiting about half an hour. So, it's so good to get off the mark on a new lake. Oh, it's pulling. But that spread of boilies has worked a treat. Come on, come on. Oh. Yes, he's in. Oh, I've got cramp in my arm. There we go, a perfect mirror. It's probably about, I don't know, mid-teen, but it's so good to get off the mark so quickly. I didn't expect it to be that quick, but I did come here thinking that I might get a few bites, and it has paid off with the softly approach as well, cast into show and fish. But yeah, I do apologise about my netting earlier as well. I did get a bit of cramp just as I was netting him. But yeah, I'll get him back and hopefully we might be in with a few more. Off you go. Filming the wrong rod. That was an absolute screamer, and we were filming the wrong rod. God, it's proper pulling this one. I don't want him to go around there too much. Oh, it feels like a bigger one. God, it's going right in that bay now. Look. Try and get him to come round. Come here. That feels a bit snagged. I'll just keep the pressure on. Oh. Here we go. Come on. Still on there. Here we go. Woo! All good. That was a bit stressful there. It's out. I thought it was massive, but I can see him and he's not big. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yay! Glad to get that one in. Well, this is going extremely well. Fish number 2 already. We really haven't been here that long. And one thing you can say about embryo fish is they are extremely nice. They stock really nice fish. Imagine this in, I don't know, another 5 to 10 years. But yeah, I just love getting bites. So hopefully we can get some more, but I think this is kind of the size range that we will expect from this session. But obviously I will hold out for, I don't know, a 20-pounder or so. Off he goes. A quick sharpen of the hook and back out there with a nice smelly tuna pop-up. Going somewhere where you have a high chance of just getting a few bites and not worrying too much about size. I think it's really important when you just start out in fishing. The more fish you catch, the more you're going to learn. If you go somewhere that's hard, you just won't learn as much because you can't put everything into practice.
We've got a double take, so I'm going to quickly get this one back and take the rod off Widget. And you can put my net together quickly. We're away. Thank you.
And I'd also say that's relevant for more advanced anglers who fish on harder waters. If you're having a lull in your fishing and a lot of blanking streaks, it's just good to go somewhere more reliable, just so you know what you're doing, it does work, and it just helps bring back your confidence a bit. And let's face it, it's just a lot of fun actually catching.
So that was a great spell of bites, and I'm just crushing some boilies here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But we didn't get here till just after lunchtime today, so it's been good to get that many bites. I did not expect that. But I am going to have a change of plan, which might sound strange because I know I have had a few bites. But I'll tell you why, because I don't want to be fishing in these bays during the night time, just because you've probably seen that the fish have been kiting into the bays, and in the night time I don't think I'm going to be able to get to them quick enough. So I have seen some fish show out in the middle, quite close in. So I've had a lead around with the marker rod and I've found a nice clear spot. It's only about 10 wraps out, which is perfect for me because I'm not a long range caster. So I found that spot. I'm going to get some bait out, which I'm now preparing. And then if I don't get any bites within the next, well, before it gets dark, then I'll put both rods out on that spot and hopefully we can get some from there as well.
The bait mix of choice is some 15mm tuna boilies, some tuna pellets, sweet corn and some tuna liquid.
Right, the first one always goes wrong. That's all right. Oh, I hit the step. I'm hitting you now. Cameraman down. That was way too right. That was terrible.
Don't worry, the rest went out on the spot. I always allow myself 1 or 2 miscasts, but the light was quickly fading, so it was time to move those rods onto my baited spot, and I did change my rigs as well. As I was fishing over a tighter baited area, I wanted a hook bait to be sat on the lake bed, so I opted for snowman rigs. I got them out and we were fishing again. I just hoped I had made the right decision.
Off we go. old job. The spot's rocking. Whee!
This was one of 2 fish caught within literally 5 minutes of each other. This character of a mirror, and the first night bite was another common.
The spot's working and they're getting a little bit bigger. You never know, by the morning I might be holding a nice 20-pounder.
I got both rods back out onto the spot, and it wasn't long before I was away again.
He's really pulling hard now. This looks like a bigger one. This is definitely a bigger one.
Were you playing it weak?
No.
Stuck his hand over here.
Nah, he's bigger, isn't he?
Yeah, he's bigger.
He's bigger. That's well big.
He's definitely bigger.
That's a 20.
It's not a 20.
I'm going to weigh it because I'm going to prove you wrong.
Okay, but it's not 20.
23.3. Take away
Yeah, he is a 20-pounder.
20-pounder. I had my 20-pounder earlier than I thought it would.
Just over 20 pounds.
Perfect. There we go. A 20-pounder, just over 20. I did say earlier that I was hoping to get a 20 by the morning. It's come a lot earlier than I thought, but wow, what a carp, absolutely pristine condition. Such a good bite as well. It took me around the lake. Well, chuffed to bits with that. Thank you, Mr. Carp. That was good. Get some sleep now. Good morning. So it's a little bit gloomy this morning. It's not exactly picturesque, but it does look good for fishing, and there is fish showing all over the place as I'm speaking. But I have refreshed my rods this morning. I've got some spods out. I put about 10 out there, and I'm fishing on the same spot as I did last night. I'm doing that because, this might be a coincidence, but because the fish were a bit bigger. So hopefully I can get amongst some more today. I've got until about 12 o'clock, so we're going to get our full 24 hours. So hopefully we can get a couple more. The conditions, as I said, do look spot on, but I was just talking to Widget and saying that this is probably the most fish I've ever caught in this time period. I think I've had 7 fish now, and I've never had that many fish in such a short period, so it's going really well. But I hope I haven't just jinxed it. I was starting to get a little bit worried that we weren't going to get one because it's gone really cold and the lake had kind of switched off and we weren't seeing any more fish. And I was just contemplating having a move, and then now we're away. It's only a little mirror, but I'll take that. That was a really good bite as well, but I tried to get it on the camera and apparently the memory card was too full. That's how long we've been waiting for a bite, but I'm happy to get another one. So we've gone from the biggest last night to the smallest today, but it's still nice to get a bite. Like I said, I was a bit worried I wasn't going to get one, and he's a lovely mirror as well, so I'm happy, and I'm going to give that spot a bit more of a chance now and maybe not move just yet. I think bite time might be about lunchtime. Like, we did arrive this time yesterday and we started seeing activity and getting bites, so now might be the time where it comes alive. But I'm going to get this one back and then I'll talk you through the rigs that I'm using. So obviously when we got here yesterday I opted for spinner rigs just because I like fishing pop-ups over a spreaded area of bait. But when I moved to the baited approach, I like to fish a hook bait that touches the lake bed, which is why I opt for a snowman rig. And it's really simple. It's attached to a lead clip system and then a 5-inch braided hook link. And I like to put a little bit of tungsten putty in the middle just so it kind of beds down on the lake bed. and then down to an Advanta wide gape hook. And then another thing I like to do is add a float stop just up my hair so it keeps my bait nice together. And I'm using a 15mm tune-up boilie and a CC Moore Northern Special Mini as well, and that matches what I'm feeding. And then I add a little mesh bag on there as well, just to get it out there and it doesn't tangle. But yeah, that is really simple.
I know I keep banging on about getting bites, but I have been having a lot of blanks in my own personal fishing this year, especially when it comes to carp, and I've been fishing places that probably aren't the easiest, so it's been really nice to get out, catch some fish and get a bit more casting practice in.
But that is this session. It's come to an end. Unfortunately, we've got to go home. But it's been a brilliant session. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you have as well. That is episode 3 of Amanda's Angling complete, and I hope to see you on the next one as well. If you did like it, hit that like button and subscribe for more of my angling adventures.